Three guys and no bear are ready for more bad football. And now here's Coach Endor. I hope my mic didn't break up. Burp.
It actually did.
It was too bad. Yeah, it wasn't too bad that time.
Burp.
Here we go. Week 4 to 5.
Burp.
Look at that.
We're in there now.
We're in there. Football.
It's wild that we're already in this week. It feels like it's gone by very quickly.
I know. It always kind of does. And then it just keeps kind of, then you're like, oh, and then before you know it, the Jets aren't in last place.
That's, he's right about that.
In fact, if they were in the NFC West, they'd be tied in first.
That is hilarious, actually.
Yeah, and the NFC South, actually.
Yeah.
And the AFC North.
And
yeah, look at that.
Look, as a Jets fan, and also because Bear isn't currently here, I do just want to point out that currently the Patriots are last in the division.
They are.
Wait, Rob, you're a Jets fan?
Wow.
Why did no one tell me?
Yeah.
You're supposed to declare this thing on the sign-in sheet before you get to the show,
I've declared it, honestly, too much in my life.
That's true. You really have.
I should hide that shame.
And yet somehow you're able to turn anything into a Jets facsimile, little tidbit, little anagram, little anecdote.
It's weird. It's like when your team is really bad, I feel like it's almost kind of similar to when your team is really good, because you're only thinking about how good or bad that team is when you're looking at, football.
That's a great point.
True.
That's like we had that one year we won 6 games. And it was like, this season's a disaster. It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, listen to Coach with the Packers. He just did it. He didn't realize
That's what I'm saying. I did realize. That's what I was pointing out.
He can't stop talking about the Packers.
It's true. I can't. But we got some NFL news. So
We do.
One big story, which I guess, we'd get into it, but Geno Smith is outplaying Russell Wilson by a lot.
Yeah, it is, as we all know, Geno season.
Yep.
I gotta give credit to someone who tweeted me. I think they were in my chat actually, who were like, "Geno Smith is gonna outplay Russell Wilson this year." They said this before Week 1 happened, and I was like, "Okay, dude, all right, that's a hot take. We'll see, man." Well, and he was fucking right.
Yeah.
In fact, Geno Smith has the 3rd highest passing rating in the NFL.
Let's go. I mean, look, the person that you mentioned obviously called it before me, but by Week 1, I'm all in on Geno season, and it is so far. It's Geno season.
It is. The worst passer ratings belong. Here's the bottom 5, going from best to worst: Marcus Mariota, Mac Jones, Baker Mayfield, Mitchell Trubisky, and Justin Fields.
Oh, yikes.
For Justin Fields, you actually have to pass the ball to get a rating. So.
You actually have to go down quite a bit, because it goes from 76 to 76 to 75 to 73 to 58.
Boy.
Which means that Geno actually almost has double Justin Fields' quarterback or passer rating, I guess. Not even a quarterback rating. I don't even know how they calculate quarterback rating, but those are also low.
It's just stupid. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it's
but
dumb.
I think the highest value
tells you who's doing good and bad.
Yeah, it's like a good kind of general guideline, but it's like I think the highest is what, 159.7.
Yeah, I think so.
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah,
that sounds right. Yeah. Geno actually has the highest pass completion percentage. It's 77%.
That is absurdly high.
That is absurdly high. Because second to that.
Jets? Sorry.
I mean, he was like pretty good for a little bit, but then the Jets just blew up as they constantly do. Yeah, exactly.
As is tradition. Second to him is Matt Stafford at 70. So he's a 7% higher than second place. This is pretty good.
Stafford has that high of a percent? That must have gone
I know. That's kind of weird. I didn't know he'd be up there. Especially after watching him play recently.
Yeah.
And let's see. Other NFL news. I'm really just looking at the top of the NFL Reddit. So
there was something. Hold on. Let me see if I have it saved.
I mean, it's kind of news. I mean, I think we all expected it, but Kenny Pickett has been named the starter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Versus Buffalo officially.
Against Buffalo. That's going to be a tough one.
I mean, I guess I'll talk about it more when we get to the Steelers game, but I'm happy he's playing. I'm not happy under the circumstances he's going to be playing under and how it happened, but I'm just happy it's happening.
I also want to be that guy just for a moment. I did call that the Jets were going to be the team that unlocks Kenny Pickett, right? I mean, you all heard it at home. You heard me say it on this podcast.
That's true, but he lost.
He did lose.
The receivers lost.
That's true, too.
Yeah.
Chase Claypool.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we'll get into all the other stuff eventually. But
there was one thing that I did save, which was unfortunate, but I did want to bring it up, which is that Matthew Stafford has retaken the NFL interception lead from Matt Ryan, Jameis Winston, Carson Wentz, and Mac Jones.
Oh,
so that's the race for the most interceptions right now.
Fun fact: Mac Jones isn't gonna win that.
Yeah, that's true. But fun fact: Matt Stafford, my QB in fantasy football. So that's great.
He's always thrown interceptions. That's kind of the that he's kind of the Jameis Winston of Jameis Winston.
That's true, but he's
a much better quarterback. But he does Winston it quite often.
He's a gunslinger.
We can't talk about the news without talking about the Tua situation as well. Obviously.
That was last week. It's been so long. That is
true. Well, that's the first game of the week. We'll talk about it right after this thing. But I had to bring up quarterback rating. Baker Mayfield is off to one of the worst starts since ESPN began tracking quarterback rating in 2007.
Right. So they mean the ESPN QBR thing.
Yes.
Right? Like not quarterback rating, which it has the same name. I think.
Yes, I believe so.
All right. Fair.
Which is, whatever. He's doing bad. That's what it boils down to. And then one last thing we got here. Latavius Murray signing with the Broncos after Javonte Williams is out for the season, which is not good for the Broncos, who are already not doing great. So, all right. Let's hop in. We had Bengals Dolphins, and this was the concussion protocol game.
Yep.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah.
We're all in agreement here that he was 1,000,000,000,000,000,000% concussed the week before in the Bills game.
He had a back injury. You heard the doctor.
Hang on a second, Apollo. We're not doctors here, okay? We were told
the amount of just snooty, we're really gonna trust you guys, the fans over the doctors. Bro, what fucking planet do you live on?
He's a little wobbly, just a little.
Here's what I'll say: you can trust doctors fine, but you should also consider whether or not there is a conflict of interest in the way of profit for a multi-billion-dollar organization like the Dolphins or the NFL.
Look, I don't know what the big deal is, Rob. Okay, he was laughing and smiling watching the movie on the plane on the way home.
That tweet was so fucking funny.
He was laughing, giggling, and clapping like a 3-year-old toddler. Rob,
yeah, he's having a great time. He's good.
Totally fine.
I said this during my stream after the game, but and I don't mean this in a bad way, but legitimately the NFL is so insanely lucky that no one has died yet on the field in the last 15 years or whatever. At this point, mathematically, the way these guys play, the amount of times their heads are getting slammed against the ground, shit, you can literally be in your fucking shower and fall over and hit your head and die. That happens all the time. And these guys, they're so lucky that hasn't happened yet. It's gonna happen if this keeps going on.
They came close a couple of years for the past couple of years, right? I mean, there were a couple of really scary injuries, like the Steelers guy and
Shazier.
right.
He got I mean, he's better now, but
what was that one with
That's
the
good.
Chargers? The Chargers guy had the same fencing response, and then Joe Buck was like, "It is a little chilly out here."
Oh, right, yeah.
that was so weird.
Maybe he just needs a jacket.
Yeah. It's like, no, Joe. No, that's a classic fencing response.
Maybe he just needs to laugh.
We can dwell on this topic for an hour, and I don't want to do that. But it's almost. I would say it's almost sarcastically hilarious, except it's not hilarious at all. At how lackadaisical the response has been from Miami to say that they're making it seem like they're trying to do the right thing, and they're not, because they're like, oh, Will was a third-party doctor, he's been fired, our doctors are the highest quality, blah blah blah. It's like, but the thing is that, like, he was cleared by multiple doctors, so every one of those doctors needs to be gone and possibly, like, sued. It is negligent at best and just, like, morbidly dangerous at worst. And the doctors looked at it, and if these are the same doctors that gave the diagnosis of, like, oh, it's a back injury, then they should be, like, not a doctor anymore. I mean, anyone with two eyes, anyone with eyes saw that he was stumbling. He could barely get off the field in the first game last week, and then 4 days later, like, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but by the NFL's own definition of their new concussion protocol, a minimum requirement for recovery is 5 days. 5 days. Tua had 4. No matter what, even if he went under the concussion protocol, he still would not have been able to play and should not have been able to be medically cleared from Thursday to on the short week.
And that's exactly why they did it. I mean, anyone who sees this knows that. I mean, like, it's like, well, we can't call it a concussion, call it a back injury. He's got a back injury, and then, like, oh, well, there's no way he won't get hit twice. He's a quarterback, he's mobile. Yeah. He's not going to get a concussion twice, and then that happens, and it's like, now the Dolphins are trying to make it seem like they're doing the right thing by not doing the right thing, and everyone involved should be scrutinized. And after all this hoopla that the NFL has made about concussion protocol and keeping players safe, they put the stupid little pads on the helmet during Hard Knocks and all that stuff. Nothing has changed. They need this. It's a systemic problem that they need to get resolved from the medical level on up, and not let these doctors be hired by the teams and then be like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. We're after concluding, we've investigated ourselves, and we are absolved of any wrongdoing. Go play football. That needs to stop.
Yeah. So I want a couple of things. One, I don't think any of the doctors will face any sort of consequences for what happened, because I think, like, by legal standards in America, the only person that could sue, I think, is Tua. And obviously, he's not going to do that because he'll get blacklisted from the NFL, right?
Just show him a SpongeBob episode; he'll be fine.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
The NFLPA can sue, and they didn't they?
Probably.
That's true. I don't know if the NFLPA can.
I think they would be the ones
they can sue. They can sue on behalf of the player, but I don't think that's happened yet. There's still an active investigation right now.
Well, I think one thing. Oh wait, go ahead.
Well, the only other thing that I was going to say is that, like, part of this really stems from the fact, though, that, like, one, there's a sort of cultural thing in the NFL where players play through injury, which stems from the reality, like the material situation of the NFL, which is that if you get injured, then you're out, someone else comes in, and they could take your job. So like everyone, and then also on, like, the coach's side, if your star player is injured, you're less likely to win the game, more likely to get fired. So, like, everyone in the league, the whole system is designed to compel people to do this, to, like, play through these injuries and to do this stupid shit, and they all make more money that way. So, it's a lot of, I don't know. I'm just pointing out it's a deep rooted issue in the whole thing. I don't really know the solution.
Oh yeah.
So I'm paraphrasing here. This was reported on by NFL.com, by the way. The NFL Players Association initiated an investigation into the handling of Tagovailoa's concussion evaluation following the Dolphins' Week 3 win. On Saturday, the NFLPA terminated the unaffiliated neurotrauma consultant, the UNC, involved in Tagovailoa's concussion check during the Week 3 game against Buffalo, citing a failure to understand his role as the UNC and hostility during the investigation process among the factors contributing to the dismissal. So the guy was just being an asshole while they were like saying, like, look, you screwed up big time.
Right.
And they basically said that he is ruled out against the Jets for Week 5 due to concussion that he sustained against the Bengals, which, yeah. I would assume so, and should not have had happened in the first place. But they said that report that the league and the NFLPA have agreed to parameters of an updated concussion protocol that will rule out players who exhibit gross motor instability, as Tagovailoa did during the Dolphins game against the Bills, regardless of any possible contributing factors. Yeah, the good thing he didn't die, because second impact syndrome is like a 50% mortality rate.
Yeah.
So you got lucky, NFL, I guess. And like, oh, from now on, anyone who's obviously concussed, it's like, I think that they've said that maybe like 5 times in the last 10
like
years.
Imagine if he actually died. Like,
that's what I'm saying. They got insanely lucky he did, because they wouldn't be able to be like, oh yeah, from now on.
That's because we've been kind of like talking about this a little bit with this subject. The NFL has had deaths before, quite a few actually, and in the early 1900s, they that was actually the impetus for them even getting the armor and the helmets and stuff, is because and adding passing actually originally was they had to change the rules because people kept fucking dying because they were doing this flying V formation that was just getting people killed. But like, there hasn't been a player that died in a long time. What do you think the modern NFL would do if a player dies on the field? Like, in the modern social media digital age with everything,
it would be an utter shitstorm,
right?
Like, I mean, from all angles. I think it would fundamentally change the game.
Yeah, probably. Like, that would be a huge thing if someone actually died in this day and age in the NFL. And I mean, it seems like they are cutting it close.
I have heard that it's like there's the argument of like playing without helmets because you're less likely to do headshots or whatever, but like I don't actually know the logistics of that.
I don't think that is like, I don't think that has any salience whatsoever, because one, rugby doesn't have helmets or armor, and they fuck themselves up all the time. Right? Like, they're constantly getting the exact same kind of injuries that NFL players are. So, that doesn't happen. And also, you could just look at the NFL's own history. The reason for the helmets in the first place is because they were dying. Like, people were dying. So, I mean, if you take the helmets away, because again, like, you still have the incentive of the money, right? Like, you have the millions. Yeah, exactly. You have the millions and millions of dollars to lay a big hit on a fucking guy. It doesn't matter whether they have the armor or not. They're going to lay the big hit. Tua will try to play if you let him, after a concussion kind of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, they'll do it. They'll die doing it,
Yeah.
Again, it's we could spend an entire show on
forever.
This.
Yeah. But football did get played. And the Bengals won. Which, by the way, great time to announce, I did get the flip a coin for all the games result this week when I flipped best out of 3. And it was just as bad as me picking the games normally. So that's cool.
So everybody in the YouTube comments were wrong, thinking that you forgot to flip the coin.
Yeah, they were wrong. Okay. I was just trying to play it up like I was like, oh, I guess I'll go with this team, but really I flipped a coin, which I'm actually pissed at because I would have picked the Bengals. Like, I was like, oh god. But here's the thing, part of me thinks I would have picked the Saints anyway. But I don't know if I would have picked the Jets though. That's the thing. So that was a big one. But either way, Bengals look solid. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater didn't look bad, but he didn't look good. He looked like a solid backup quarterback.
Yep.
He's one of the best.
I think this game is literally like the last team to score wins if Tua stayed in. I don't think it would have been a guaranteed Miami win, but it would have just been like one team gets a field goal at the end and wins probably.
Yeah.
I could see it, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know who would have won.
Yeah.
I don't trust the Dolphins anymore.
I don't really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even with the Dolphins, like they had to make some crazy comebacks. And, you know, the Ravens, they just like throwing away leads, apparently. So, who knows?
Yeah, the Ravens are becoming the Falcons.
Yeah. So, either way, Bengals are back on track. And this is pretty much what we thought the Bengals were going to be when the season started. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Thank you, Denny.
They are. We thought they were.
Yeah.
Then we
London.
had the old London game.
Yeah. I missed half of this because I forgot.
I
that there was a
literally
London
turned
game.
it on at the last 20 seconds and
I
watched the
missed
game-winning field goal.
95% because I
Yeah.
sleep till like noon.
You didn't miss
Yeah.
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 This was actually like another Viking end of the game comeback win. Well, not a comeback win, but you know, score at the end to take the lead.
Supposedly there was some egregious ref balls that occurred.
I think I
don't know what
did
it
see
was.
that. There was like there was a play, yeah. I can't remember what it was, but I saw it on the highlights and I was like, oh yeah, that's dumb. It was I think it was a pass interference where like is Adam Thielen or somebody like grabbed the defending player's like face mask and just like pulled it and then it got called for defensive pass interference?
No, that didn't. Well, yeah, that was on that play.
Right.
The biggest thing was that Matthew, I forget his first name. He's the guy who used to play for the Chiefs. He went to the Saints.
Yeah.
He got called on a bump and run.
Tyron.
Yeah, he got called for a bump and run penalty that was illegal hands to the face that should not have been called at all. I mean, you all know that I don't like the Saints at all, but I like fairness more than anything.
Yeah.
And it was a horrible call, and it was one that kept the Vikings alive when they were getting completely stonewalled by the New Orleans defense. And that was just a series. If you go back, if you ever see the highlights of that, like the full highlights, and on that drive that gave the Vikings the go ahead, like there was probably 2 or 3 penalties that normally I feel like would not have been called at all, and that one was probably the most egregious. It was like he didn't even touch like Jefferson's face. Like it wasn't even close. And he was, I mean, Matthew, he was very confused and also very upset, as was everyone else on the Saints. The announcers, they looked at the replay like 4 times and they couldn't figure out why that was called, but it sure was. And that put the Vikings with the go ahead. So yeah, it was bad in Minnesota's favor and not the Saints, but they lost. So
also, it's like, I don't know why pass interference is the way it is, where you get to get the ball at the spot of the pass interference. Like, I feel like it should just be a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, maximum 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, like that's still a good chunk of yards and you get a first down. Like, just giving him the spot of the ball is just too much.
I mean, even like defensive holding penalties are automatic first downs, and that's only a 5-yard penalty, no matter what the yardage was. So it's kind of like really. Pass interference has become almost a strategy in coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like, yeah, that was a perfect call, great execution to draw the penalty. The PI is going to be called on that every single time. It's like, well, but like that's part of the playbook. Why is that part of the playbook?
Yeah,
seriously, why is that part of the playbook?
I will say, I think that's honestly been part of the playbook for a long time.
Oh no, I know, I know that. I'm just saying it doesn't. It's almost. It's so laughably predictable anymore. It's not even like they're going to call it. Like, why? I mean, how many of us have watched a pass in the NFL, like halfway while the ball is still traveling in the air and be like, yeah, this is going to get called.
Yeah.
It's so obvious, and it shouldn't be a part of the game like that. I think that a 15-yard maximum, no matter where the foul occurs, is the play.
I guess the issue with that is if you're trying to do like a 50-yard pass and he's going to catch it and you just rip him down, and then it's like, oh, it's only 15 yards.
Yeah,
so like you negate
that's why it's like that.
Yeah.
But I will
cover for that.
But I will say, like the like in a similar vein, holding is kind of annoying in that way because pass interference, you get so many more yards, whereas holding, you can make the same argument that it prevents a play that would have.
But it's less obvious, Yeah. Like definitely, there are DBs that'll they'll be like, oh shit, he just smoked me and he's gonna fucking beat me on this route, so I'm just gonna grab him.
Yeah. You could have like minor pass interference and like major pass interference or something.
Yeah, but then that's another judgment call that would be fucking
We
miserable.
already got so many.
And that's already what holding and pass interference are,
Yeah.
I guess.
Or just catching a ball.
I think at the end of the day, they just need to make the refs better, huh? Yeah, make it
Yeah.
better.
That'd be
Please?
neat,
Well-
especially if you could do things like challenge penalties that are really blatantly obvious, like delay of game clock running out.
Nah. Come on, coach. We can't do that.
I think the most important thing is removing gambling from the NFL, personally.
No way.
Nah. Can't do that, Rob.
But yeah, that game happened, and the double doink at the end.
Oh, yeah,
right.
I totally forgot
Yeah.
about the double doink.
Yep.
That was a
60
classic.
yard attempt that, man, it was a
Oh God, yeah, that's one of those where like I think everyone here knows like when a football comes into contact with a surface, God just flips a coin and then the direction is decided at complete random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you could do that same kick, it could land in the same fucking spot and it could bounce completely differently into the thing. That was so unfortunate.
Yeah.
That it hit two different surfaces and still bounced out.
You know, when other people, like when people who don't watch football make fun of the football, that's honestly like one of the best parts of the football's design is that like on fumbles and shit, it's just it flies
It's
everywhere.
Benny Hill, like it's just what it is.
It's just chaos.
Like that football has forward momentum going into the field goal thing, and it bounces perfectly like 90 degrees onto the crossbar, and then again it still has forward momentum, and it just goes, nah, I'm going backwards, man. I'm a football. I'm fucking crazy.
Which, by the way, he made a 60-yarder earlier. So honestly, it looked like he was gonna make that one until a double doink. So
Well, and then Lutz on the Saints just hit a 60-yarder just before that too. Right?
that's what I said.
Oh,
That's what
sorry.
he
Yeah.
said, literally, exactly.
I thought you were talking about the Vikings kicker made
Oh,
one
no.
earlier.
No, that was like a 41 or some shit.
Yeah. Which for the Vikings, that's practically 60 yards.
It's insane, yeah.
Yeah. So there you go, the old London game. Next week the Packers play London. I'm not waking up at like 9 a.m.
Who are you playing?
The Giants. Which
That's an L.
That might be an L, yeah.
Which, I mean, with our run defense, who knows? The Giants beat the Bears, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a game.
Yeah.
This is one of those games you tune into and you're just like, this is happening. This is occurring. These are two teams.
They are two teams. Saquon Barkley, 31 carries, 146 yards.
He's so good. He's so good.
He is good.
It is weird though that he's good, right? Because I mean, it's not that weird because he's always good, but he just doesn't play that much.
Yeah, he's been injured for so long.
Yeah.
And he's finally back.
Fucking, it's funny that I feel like fantasy owners are probably pissed this game. They're happy that Barkley got 146 yards, but at the same time, they would basically run all the way down the field, be like, "Yeah, Saquon, get the touchdown," and Daniel Jones would be like, "Design quarterback run," and he got 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Oh."
On the other side, the Bears actually threw 22 times. That's like practically all their passes through 3 weeks.
Yeah,
You know?
pretty much.
And it went okay, I guess. 174 yards.
Yeah.
That's it. Half of
They
those to
don't
Darnell
have
Mooney.
anything. Yeah, they have no offense.
Yeah, that's what I said at the start of the year. And then I had like 2 Bear fans who were just like, "You don't even know I made it or a sausage." And here we are. Honestly, I still think the Lions are going to do better than the Bears, even though the Bears are still a game up. Like, I think they will.
Well, one team can score 40 points and the other team can't score any points.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
The Lions are a literal glass cannon. Like the worst defense and the best offense.
Yeah.
But outside of that, this game sucked.
Can I just briefly mention?
Yeah.
Giants are 3-1.
They are.
They're the Bears of this year.
They are the Bears of this year.
I mean, they might be, but they might. I mean, like, remember, it's the NFC East. They might win the division.
Yeah. It is. Who knows, honestly, at this point.
Yeah.
The Eagles look pretty good, though.
Yeah, the Eagles will
Yeah,
probably win.
I mean, but you never know.
You think they're first? Daniel Jones is hurt, so they
Yeah.
have Tyrod Taylor, and they might sign Jake Fromm
Oh yeah, because Tyrod got injured as well,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
so-
yeah.
and they brought in Saquon Barkley. He was doing wildcat quarterback.
Oh
snaps.
yeah,
It
he was doing
crazy.
Wildcat. Which
Oh yeah, it wasn't. Yeah. That's right. And wasn't Daniel Jones was
He was
just
a wideout.
delaying plays?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't actually in the play because he was injured.
yeah,
So he would just stand. They were basically playing 10-man football.
yeah.
Yep, it was the weirdest shit.
But Daniel Jones did run for 2 touchdowns, like you're saying. But next week, thank God, we get to play another like 3rd string quarterback. Although if they put Saquon at quarterback, that might be bad. So
That would be hilarious if Saquon plays Wildcat QB the whole
Yeah.
game.
that would be
What?
kind of funny.
How injured is Daniel Jones? How bad is it?
No.
Bad enough to where they're letting Jake Fromm work out.
Yeah.
Jake Fromm.
It was like one of those gross like ankle roll ups, I think. So
Yeah, it's an
Uh-huh.
ankle. So even if he does play, he's not gonna be running around
Yeah.
or very well. Then we had the Titans Colts.
We did indeed.
Yeah.
Woo!
Man, I feel like every time these two teams play, it's like the same game.
It really is. It's
Like,
like
I
a
feel
tie.
like I've watched this game like 5 times in the last 2 years. Like I
Like,
never know
watching
what
the
to think.
same. Like it's like Matt Ryan is in Groundhog Day. No matter what team
Yeah.
he's in, no matter what situation he's in, it always follows him. It's just I just have zero. I've never had confidence in Matt Ryan, and I never will at this point.
He's not getting any help from Jonathan Taylor, which is
No,
supposed
he's
to be the
not.
carry.
Well,
like,
Jonathan Taylor got hurt this game.
Yeah,
So
that was most of the reason why.
that is
But even-
the big reason. But yeah, he still carried 20 times for
Yeah, he had
42
20
yards.
times.
So, like,
Here's
It's
the other
going
thing.
Nowhere.
Here's the other thing. The Colts O-line, I'm aware, stinks this year, which is a major problem because, I mean, like, that was one of the things that, led to them having such a good rushing game
Yeah.
last year,
Yeah.
So Matt Ryan's getting sacked a lot, which is also, not terribly good for an old veteran QB.
yeah, I thought they
You know
were
what
going
I
to be good on their
Yeah.
O-line. In fact, hold on. I got to see. Is there like a stat?
It's probably a
O-line
PFF
stat.
ratings, yeah, but I don't.
Yeah.
You might have
Let's
to pay
see.
for it.
O-line, PFF offensive line rankings. Here we go. Let's see. Do I have to pay for it? Eagles number 1, Chiefs number 2, Patriots 3, Browns 4. Then I got to pay for it.
All right.
there you go. I definitely don't trust the Colts. I've been saying that they're just trash for a while now, but like I don't think I trust the Titans either. But they're definitely better than the Colts, but like
Yeah.
pretty much only by 1 score it seems. Like
Yep.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man. Maybe I think I might be rooting for the Jags this year in this division because like you watch the Jags, it's kind of an exciting like year for them. Like they're playing
Yeah.
well. I mean, they only lost by 1 score today, like or last Sunday.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like they could do it.
They might. I mean, that
They
division stinks in general.
Stinky,
It does.
Yeah.
Take a look at sacks. Carson Wentz has been sacked 17 times. Burrow, Fields, and Stafford 16 times, and Matt Ryan 15 times.
Okay, so tied for, or no, he's just in 4th.
Yeah. Well, technically 5th if you
5th.
but
Oh, sorry.
still, that's a lot of sacks for a guy that was supposed to go there and be like, "Hey, this is like a team that just needs a quarterback." And then yep.
And he's a pocket
quarterback.
QB. He doesn't have
Yeah.
any mobility, right? Like,
Yeah.
so
So yeah, it's Titans starting to put it together a little bit, but I still don't trust them because I don't know what it is. But Derrick Henry, 114 yards and a touchdown. Tannehill was good, 137, 2 touchdowns. The most receiving yards was from Okonkwo with a touchdown and 38 yards. So not a lot of passing over there either. But
yeah,
that's a shitty division.
yeah.
And speaking of shitty division, the Houston Texans.
Well, hang on. I think you skipped a row of these games. Seahawks, Lions, Jets, Steelers.
I
above
did
the-
skip a row.
You
All
skipped
right.
the row, yeah.
I think I heard the
What
Giants.
list do you guys use? Because I just go on like NFL.com. And,
Google.
Yeah, I
NFL
use the
schedule
Google
and click on
NFL.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so I did. All right. Rewind. Seahawks, Lions. Speaking of shitty
Man,
Defense.
45 points
Imagine-
and you lose.
scoring 45 points and losing.
Imagine doing that in the playoffs against the Cardinals. That'd be fun.
That's
Well, but-
not-
Goff.
Imagine being the fucking Lions, being a Lions fan, and seeing that happen.
Yeah.
but
Jared Goff had 378 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yep.
They rushed for 130 yards as well for 2 more touchdowns. Like, how do you lose?
it's okay, man. We got grit. We're gonna show grit, guys.
Rashad Penny, 151 yards and 2 TDs running on 17 carries. DK Metcalf, 149 yards receiving. He also got carted off to go to the bathroom. If you didn't see that. Geno, 23 of 33, 22 TDs. Jared Goff, 26 of 39, 378, 4 TDs and a pick.
Gino did run one in, by the way.
Yeah. There was another, I think, shitty call people were saying in this game that screwed over the Lions.
Oh yeah, I remember. What was it? Fuck. They stopped the play. Like the Seahawks were trying to convert like a third down, and a really important third down, and the play started and the Lions stopped them. And the refs were like, "Whoa, wait! The game clock.
Oh, yeah.
This play doesn't count. We know
right.
like the whole play happened, but like this one, whoopsie, our bad."
Yeah. So you'll imagine you get like a big third down stop, and then it's like, oh, sorry, it doesn't count because we messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, that
but the
sucks.
game didn't come down to that. You score
Well, yeah.
45, you got to stop the other team from
You do
scoring
have to
more
stop
than that.
Geno
It's like all
Smith from throwing 320 yards on you.
Yeah. Feels like Dan Campbell is only talking to his offense. Like, you guys got great. You guys are gonna fucking do it. The defense is like in another room going like, he's gonna come in here eventually, guys, right? Like,
I mean, you can have grit, but you need to know what you're doing. Like, get to the right spots and like actually, play smart and not just like, let's run around.
I mean,
And,
look,
from my knowledge, Aiden Hutchinson didn't have a single tackle this game.
there's something wrong
According-
schematically, I think, with that defense.
Yeah.
It says he's had 2 tackles.
Okay, it's not listed on this stat sheet here, so I was curious.
Yeah,
about
he's
that.
got 2 tackles, 3 assisted, but he didn't have any sacks.
You gotta. I mean, you just gotta have defense. That's basically it. I mean, I don't know if it's the Hard Knocks curse or or anything, but I'm not convinced, and I stand by my claim. I said it last week on Pick'ems. If the Lions lose this game, I will never pick them again, and I'm going to hold true to that. I don't care if it's an obvious lock
as
or
well.
not. Yeah, I'm done picking the Lions. I don't care who they're playing.
But yeah, this was a game between 2 teams that are not gonna make the playoffs.
yeah. Well, I mean, look,
The Seahawks are not gonna make the playoffs.
look.
It's
All I'm saying is it's Geno season, so
I
that
hear
might
ya.
have a factor.
It won't be.
Talking about playoffs in week 5?
Playoff.
Playoffs?
Speaking
That might
of
actually be the
playoffs-
best contextual use of that we've ever had.
yeah.
We really shouldn't be talking about playoffs in week 5.
That's very true. Yeah, but I mean, and also I wanted to mention Jared Goff. I am a big fan of underloved QBs, and Jared Goff. I don't know, man. He's doing really well on the Lions.
Yeah.
Especially this year, but even last year too.
Yeah.
Just look how underrated Drew Brees is. We all know that.
Then we had the game of the week: Jets, Steelers.
Oh,
Man.
we did.
Some good, but mostly bad.
I am mad that Apollo cursed this game.
I picked the Jets because I know my team. Now, to be fair, I picked the Jets assuming that Mitchell Trubisky would play the full game.
Yeah.
Because I know that with Trubisky under center, we don't score points. We just do not score any points, and
He
so
is a bad quarterback.
he is not good. But obviously, none of that matters. The big news of the game was halfway through the game, Kenny Pickett took the field and then proceeded to score on 2 straight drives, touchdowns. Of course, one of them was like a defensive pick down to like the 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, that was the loudest the crowd got when they put Pickett in the game.
Yeah.
But look, this game wasn't on Pickett. The Steelers, the offense provided points and scored, and all they had to do was stop the Jets from putting up 2 touchdowns in like the last 5 minutes or whatever. They couldn't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like the defense collapsed. To be fair, we're still missing TJ Watt. Minka Fitzpatrick was taken out of the game. I don't know what his injury status is. But he's literally our second best player. And then Cam Hayward had to leave for like a drive, and he's our third best defensive player. So like, yeah, it may be unlucky on the defensive side of things, but they still shouldn't have scored that many points that quickly. Steelers should have won the game. Kenny Pickett should have been the hero.
They really should have.
But
Minka Fitzpatrick has knee injury that needs to be managed.
Yeah.
So he's out for the season.
So he's out for the season, yep.
The Steelers maybe should have won the game, but the Jets
did win the game.
And Zach Wilson came back.
He came back, dude. And honestly, for playing against the Steelers in Pittsburgh, like, he did okay.
No, he did well. I mean, so one thing I will say is the stat lines for both QBs are a little bit misleading because Kenny Pickett has 3 picks, and like one was really like a bad decision on his part.
Yeah.
But then the other 2 were honestly just like, bad.
Well, one was a Hail Mary, but that doesn't even remotely count.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, and then the other one was a tip.
Chase Claypool being a fucking loser.
Yeah. And then Zach Wilson, similar situation. There was a tip ball interception, and I forget what the other one was.
It was a pick 6. Or no, it was a pick 6. It was the Minka Fitzpatrick pick down to like the 5. I don't think it was a good throw, but I don't remember.
But Rob.
Yeah, no. It was fine. Like it bounced off the hands of the receiver.
You gotta be excited about our boy Breece Hall.
I am excited about Breece Hall. I mean, like he hasn't been like blowing up the stat lines or anything, but like he looks really good. And our attack between Breece Hall and Michael Carter, it seems real good. And so does our receiving core. Seems pretty good this year too, just in general. Like it seems like we actually have legitimate weapons for Zach Wilson to throw to. Now, with that said, major problem on offense is we were down to our, I believe, 6th string left or right tackle, which they don't really make. Teams don't keep 6 strings around. That's just like
it's a lot of strings.
Yeah, so like our rookie guard from last year, he started doing tackle drills early in the season because he was like, well, we might run into this issue, so he might be moved to tackle. Like our line is a major problem, but I will mention that Zach Wilson has one passing touchdown in this game, and that's not the only touchdown that he has. He also has a receiving touchdown.
Oh yeah, they did a Philly special. I read about that.
They did.
Yes, they did. Yeah, that was the first touchdown that the Jets scored with Zach Wilson was him receiving it, which was quite funny. And then they got a little too cute with some of the plays, but yeah,
Dude,
I don't know.
Rob, the Jets they're 2-2. You have a better record than most of the NFL at this point, Rob.
What we're not last in the division. The Patriots are. I mean,
Yeah.
frankly, I'm amazed, and the
Patriots are on their 3rd quarterback now, so
yeah.
Although, I mean, in fairness, like they were losing that game, I think, before Mac Jones went down last week.
Well, did you
they
know
were driving
that
when it happened?
Zach Wilson has more receiving touchdowns than Kenny Golladay does with the Giants, who's an actual receiver they signed for money that's played a season and a quarter at this point.
Yep. And someone else too, Kadarius Toney too.
Oh yeah, Tony.
Combined.
So there you go. Look at that. You got a star quarterback / receiver now.
Yeah. And the Jets might have a 500 or better record this year. I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking all right.
Yeah.
When's the last time the Jets were 500?
Oh, God.
When the season started at 0-0.
Yeah. I think it was 2015 was when we had the 10-win season. And that was the last time that we were anywhere close to that.
That's right. I remember because I remember them playing against the Bills in the green and red jerseys. Those were something.
Yeah.
And the Steelers dropped to 1-3. So.
Yep.
It's fine. I think next week's game's pretty easy for us, so we should make a comeback.
I'm real excited about Breece Hall, though, Rob. This could be our thing. We can
sarcasm. By the way, we are playing the Bills.
Have joint custody over the hype around Breece Hall because we were talking about him before the season started.
That's true.
Yeah, I also have a lot of his autograph cards, so I need him to go up.
Yeah, I mean, look, as a reminder about Breece Hall, like no running backs were taken at all in the first round, right? And then Breece Hall was the first running back off the board and was considered by general football people to be the best running back in last year's draft. So, I'm very excited about Breece Hall. And
he's going to be the real deal.
Yeah, he looks great. So, yeah.
Well, speaking of the real deal, the Houston Texans are not it.
No.
Yeah.
They had so many opportunities to win this game, and they didn't want to.
And they were down 27-7 at halftime.
Oh yeah. No, they had a chance. Davis Mills legit gave them a shot, and then Davis Mills it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damien Pierce, 131 yards and a touchdown running. I think he's going to be legit.
I think one of those was like a 75-yard run, though, so that might be a little misleading.
That's true. But I did watch him against the Bears last week, and he had some solid runs. He really likes his spin move. He loves that spin move, and he picks up a couple extra yards. That's
good. We haven't had a good spin mover in the NFL in a while.
Yeah, it's fun watching. You're just like, oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
But, honestly, I think this is fine for the Texans. They're not good. They're not going to do anything. So they're just, developing players.
Yeah, I think they have a bright future, honestly. It's just not today is not the future.
They're still the Texans.
They're going to I mean they have picks, right? Like they have draft picks.
They got picks.
So they're going to be
Davis Mills is going to get better. I think that Damien Pierce is he is actually pretty good. And Apollo's right. His stats are a little skewed, but watching him did remind me of watching like almost prime Arian Foster for the Texans.
Yeah.
And that's a good sign for them as well. I think that honestly, I still believe that Davis Mills is the highest performing quarterback out of that class, except Trevor Lawrence is now finally getting the team and also the right coaches around him to be worthy of the number one draft spot.
Yeah.
But I think those two are still the top of the class in the quarterback draft class.
I believe the Texans own all of the Cleveland Elves draft picks in the first round for the next couple of years.
Yeah, they've got. I was just looking at Tankathon. The Texans have two first round picks.
Yeah, so that'll be nice. I think another 2 years they can be competing for first place in that division. Probably with the Jaguar.
Yeah. I mean, they might be able to do it next year. Honestly.
Yeah, we'll see. On the other side, Chargers really needed this win, to be honest.
Yeah. They couldn't beat the Texans. They're not going to beat anybody.
Yeah. Herbert did pretty decent, 340, 2 touchdowns. Eckler had 2 touchdowns. Mike Williams had 120 yards. Adderley and Callahan had picks. I mean, overall, probably not the greatest game, but they got it done.
And I'm mad at myself for picking against the Chargers because I was mad at them for the last week.
Yeah, me too. Well, I also flipped a coin and it landed on the Texans.
Yeah, I should have known that was the death knell for my pick there.
Yeah. Then we had the Elves Falcons, and what do you know? The Falcons are 2-2 atop the AFC South with the Buccaneers.
Well, they're in the NFC, but yeah.
Well, the NFC South.
The Italian Stallion does it again. Marcus Mariota.
Rob, he had 7 completions. He didn't do anything.
Rob is going to lose his mind if the NFC Championship is Geno Smith versus Marcus Mariota.
Oh my God, he's just going to explode.
That'd be so good. I would actually love that.
How did they get here?
Yeah.
But Jacoby Brissett didn't look great this game.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb did, 118 and a touchdown. And even without Cordero Patterson, who went on the IR for the next 4 weeks now after getting hurt. Well, he did have a touchdown, but Tyler the Alligator came in and got 84 yards, and then Caleb Huntley with a touchdown. So it seems like the Falcons just run the ball.
Yep.
And it worked, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, also, the Elves didn't have, what's his name this game? Myles Garrett.
So,
that's
almost died in a car accident. Yeah. Weird.
So, that.
Did they ever figure out what was the cause of that?
It was the animal. He swerved, right?
They said he swerved to get away with an animal, but they also said he had numerous violations of going over 100 before. Yeah. So he might have been going 100 and then swerved to get out of the way of an animal.
By swerved, you mean swiped because he was playing.
I think they said he was doing 60 on a 40 is what it was. Or it was 65 on a 45. I feel like I remember seeing that.
Well, it does say he's out 2 to 4 weeks with a sprained shoulder. So
why they are multi-millionaires. Why are they driving themselves anyway?
Yeah.
Well, it was him and a girl. I know that much. There were 2 people in the car. So I think he was just probably like showing off his car or something because it was like a Porsche, I think.
He was
it was a Porsche.
Right, yeah.
But either way, Elves lose.
Yes.
Great.
We all like that. Everyone liked that.
All I want is the Elves to lose, but I want Nick Chubb to get like 200 yards and 3 touchdowns when they lose. That's all I want.
He did do well this game.
I like Nick Chubb in general. Like he's
I said it. I wish he was on a different team.
Yeah.
So that game occurred. Then we had the Cowboys Commanders.
Oh boy.
Cooper Rush 4-0.
Yep.
Is that a draft pick trade waiting to have a second round draft pick coming into Jerry Jones's email inbox right now?
Is salivating like he's seeing a salted egg McMuffin.
Unsalted.
Unsalted.
He's got to add it for himself. Yeah.
Yeah. He is.
I mean,
the Commanders are so bad. I just like this team sucks, dude.
Yeah, they are bad.
Yeah. They do. They do
There's
be
just
bad.
Nothing fun about them. Nothing.
Exactly. Honestly, if they would have become the Hogs, they'd probably be 3-1.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah,
there's no probably about it.
Yeah.
Like if you're part of the Commanders, you have no motivation. You're just like, all right, here we go. But if you're a Hog, like you're motivated.
Oh, yeah.
You're ready to go.
You're gonna be sniffing out truffles. You're gonna be, digging pits.
You're gonna get hunted and turned into bacon.
Yeah,
great.
But I mean, you team up with 30 to 50 of your buddies.
Yeah.
Maybe get a little riled up.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna be able to fuck with you.
True.
So
So the real question is, do you think that the Colts miss Carson Wentz yet?
No.
I mean,
nope. No. The answer is no, Rob.
Yeah, they
the answer
don't.
is
And
no.
then the follow-up question, because the obvious answer is no. Me anyway. The follow-up question is, who would you rather have on your team? You have to pick one: Carson Wentz or Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan.
I guess I'd still pick Matt Ryan, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think I would, as much as I hate Carson Wentz, I think I would still pick Carson Wentz.
I would also
terrible.
pick Carson Wentz over Matt Ryan.
But Matt Ryan's old. Okay, I want to reiterate. He's not like he's a bad quarterback. He's just old.
Yeah. Well, yes. I mean, that's the thing is that like Matt Ryan, he has like experience and knowledge, and Carson Wentz is he's a long-time veteran now at this point too. But
yeah,
I don't know. Matt Ryan was MVP and has been to the Super Bowl. Even if he's not like my starter, I want the next guy that we draft to have Matt Ryan there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I also didn't watch this game because I think only people like these teams watch this game. But it was just CeeDee Lamb had 97 yards and a touchdown, and that feels like the only highlight of the game from looking at the stat sheet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much going on there.
Yeah.
One thing that I will say is, by the way, I'm joking about the Cooper Rush getting a draft pick trade offer kind of thing, but this is the Cowboys. So, out of all the teams in the NFL, this could mean that like Dak is getting traded instead. You know what I mean? I don't think so, but
it's Jerry Jones. He's not gonna.
But
do
that's what
that.
They just paid him like a shit ton of money.
Yeah, but remember, I mean, they dropped Tony Romo like a sack of potatoes for Dak when he was ready to go. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did the same thing to Dak now. Is all I'm saying.
I'm just waiting for the game where Cooper Rush doesn't do well, because then it's all gonna fall apart. Like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like,
it's gotta happen.
I found your stat, by the way, for this game.
Oh, okay.
Penalty yards, 4 for 20 for Dallas, 11 for 136.
Yep, there it is.
For the Commander.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, Cooper Rush has beaten the Commanders and the Giants. Like, okay. All right. He beat the Bengals, but like at the same time,
the Jets beat the Bengals.
The Jets beat the Bengals. Like, I don't know. And Ezekiel Elliott just looks washed up, man. Like, he's just not putting up any numbers.
Yeah.
It's like, even looking, he had 49 yards on 19 carries this game. Against the Giants, he had 73 yards and a touchdown, which is his best stat line of the year. Because then against the Bengals, he had 53 yards. And then what did he do against the Buccaneers? They lost, and he had 52 yards. So he has not rushed for over 100 yards yet this season.
Yeah.
I just want to correct and say the Steelers beat the Bengals. The Jets lost to the Bengals.
Yeah. Yep.
We beat them last year, though.
But it is funny that I said that the Jets beat the Bengals and everyone believed it. That just goes to show you the confidence levels in the Bengals right now.
I think I did remember last year when they won that.
Yeah.
But speaking of the NFC East, the Eagles are in first place and the only undefeated team left in the NFL.
Yeah, which is, I mean, that's pretty wild.
That is actually pretty wild. It shows, I think, how not good a lot of teams are this year.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's any definitive team.
I feel like I remember this in like week 2. Is this the second time the Eagles scored like 1 billion points in the second quarter and then no points the rest of the game?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like what's going on there? That's a little weird.
Yeah, and the Jaguars got 14 in the first and didn't score again until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just kind of turned. Man, momentum is important in football. You gotta,
yeah.
I feel like so many teams will just like shoot off and like the Packers, for example, they'll just be like, "Oh, we're the best. Look at us," and then like you're right, one bad thing happens and suddenly it's like, "Oh, I guess we suck now."
Yeah, it's a fun time. But honestly, I mean, Jaguars still holding their own against possibly the best team in football right now. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, 174, 2 TDs and a pick, like still pretty solid. Apparently everybody likes Doug Peterson, who's the Jaguars coach now, and he used to be the Eagles coach when they won the Super Bowl. So I mean, I think a lot of people are like going up to him this game being like, "Hey, Jalen Hurts, 204 yards and a pick." So not doing it through the air, but he ran for 38 and a touchdown. Miles Sanders, 134 and 2 touchdowns. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
Eagles run at the ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the Jaguars, 2 of 7 on third down. The Eagles were 4 of 15, but also 3 of 5 on fourth down. Wow.
You run it enough times, you're just gonna keep getting it.
Yeah. But I honestly, I think you're right. I think the Jaguars are like a solid team now.
Oh, this was the rain game too. The Jaguars had 4 fumbles because it was rainy and it was like terrible conditions. So
Trevor Lawrence was having problems with the snap.
He was also a record breaker, right? He was the only QB to fumble 4 times and lose them all 4 times.
Yep. So
that's just unlucky.
That is unlucky. But yeah, I think with the Jaguars now, like you said, with a real coaching staff that doesn't kick their players, they're actually improving as a team.
Imagine that being the prerequisite to getting hired as an NFL coach. All right, you must check this box. Yes or no? Do you or do you not kick your players?
Urban Meyer last year, especially with the Jaguars doing well this year, like it's such literally everyone knew that was a bad hire.
Yep.
Everyone except for the Jaguars organization, I guess. Everyone made fun of that hire and was like, "Oh, that's horrible. They're going to do terrible."
Yeah, it's it's just shocking it even occurred. Like, it feels like a weird fever dream.
It really is.
But the Jaguars, in terms of team DVOA ratings, which I guess is just defensive rating, rank 4th in the NFL behind the Bills, Eagles, and Ravens. And then they're ahead of the Buccaneers by 0.2%.
I'd be surprised if the Jags win the division this year. I totally see it.
Yeah.
I mean, with the defense, if their defense plays that well throughout the year, I mean, I think
it's
really
going to be Jaguars, Titans, probably battling it out at this point. And then the other defenses are Cowboys, actually at 6. That's kind of surprising, which is probably why they're winning games, because their defense. Micah Parsons are pretty good. 49ers, Chiefs are up there. I didn't realize their defense is that good. Packers at 9 and the Chargers at 10. Those are the top 10 defenses. Pretty crazy. Speaking of crazy, the Bills beat the Ravens after being down by like 21 points.
9-3 was the score, and the Ravens proceeded to never score again after that.
How are they so good at that?
I don't know. I will say this game was pissing me off because I feel like the Ravens have a magic voodoo spell where they get these fucking, like, I don't want to call it luck because everyone's going to call me like a salty Steelers fan because I hate the Ravens, and I do hate the Ravens. But like, the Bills just, like, they started this game and just were doing dumbass weird shit. Like, Allen threw a horrible pick and then they fumbled the ball. Like, they just like didn't look like the Bills. And I'm like, man, everyone's gonna say the Ravens are so fucking good when this is just the Bills being stupid and turning the ball over. And I think I was right, because the second the Bills actually started playing football again, they came back and won the game. Like, I don't know. It was a very weird game. The momentum like shifted, but I really don't think that the Ravens like blew out to like a 20-3 lead because they were playing well. I mean, you look at these stats. Lamar Jackson didn't really throw for that much. He did run for a decent amount, but no one else really did. It was just kind of like
this is the second week in a row that the Bills have had struggles, and I dispute the title of best team in football, the Bills and everyone else, because I don't think that they are as good as people have been saying they are. They're still good. Don't get me wrong. They're going to win that division, but they're not the unbeatable juggernaut that everyone was making them out to be. And Josh Allen, he was ice cold for the first half, or really for 3/4 of this game. He was ice cold. And the Bills, I think, are still going to be fine, but they've been, if they weren't exposed last week, they're definitely exposed this week. The Ravens are not that good.
We can maybe expose them again this next upcoming week.
The Ravens were penalized 9 times for 70 yards, Bills 4 for 31. Ravens controlled the ball 38 minutes, while the Bills only had it 21 minutes.
That is why. I mean, that is one of the benefits of having a team that's, run heavy, is that you just dominate time of possession if you're doing well, I guess. But
the Ravens also had a chance to go. I believe they went for the go-ahead.
The
go-ahead touchdown, and they decided to go for the field goal instead.
It was so dumb too.
Or no, opposite.
They went for it, but it was like 4th and goal, but it was like 3 yards. Like if it's 4th and 1 or less than 1, absolutely go for it. But 4th and 3 is like exponentially different than 4th and inches or 4th and 1 at the goal line. It is wildly different. That is a risky call. I don't agree with it.
But see, that's the hypocrisy of it all, because if they had made it, Harbaugh would look like a genius. Like, oh, what a gutsy call.
It was a genius. I thought it was stupid, no matter what, regardless of outcome. I do agree that everyone else, though, would be like that,
Yeah.
But not you, of course.
No, not me. I'm way too smart. No, I just, people don't, I think, have a good grasp for how much yards matter when you're at the goal line. Like, because it's so much easier to defend that space.
Everything's compressed
in the whole field.
Well, I mean, you only have what it's 20 yards, the end zone, right? Or the end zone is 10 yards, and then you have
20 yards.
Well, no, I mean it's because it's weird across different.
I get what you're saying.
Because it, like in Canadian football, it's different, and in college football, it's different. It's all weird.
Well, everyone gets mad at like runs up the middle when it's 4th and inches, but the reality is you just need one of your linemen to do something. Like get one good push, and the running back can just fall over the line. That's why 4th inch is so easy.
Or
like 4th and 3, 4th and 3, you need your whole O line to win and create a hole, like or you're throwing it. Like it's not the option to run kind of just goes away at 4th and 3.
I think the story of this game is the Ravens scored 0 points in the second half.
Yeah.
So
that's not good.
That's bad. But the Cardinals and the Panthers.
Shit. That's great segue. I just want to applaud you for that one.
I did not watch this game, but it seems like the Panthers suck doo-doo.
Yes.
It was not an enjoyable game at all. It was one of those games that you just like, oh yeah, you see it on the red zone.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you go back to see who you picked for pick'ems, and then you just move on.
That's exactly what I did. I was like, wait, I picked the Cardinals. Oh yeah. Okay.
Did I pick the Cardinals?
Everyone but Bear picked the Cardinals. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The Cardinals just don't look great, but they're like good enough to beat bad teams. It feels like I don't know.
Yeah, they're one of those teams that have a bunch of star players but no cohesiveness whatsoever.
Yeah.
The Cardinals. Here's what I think is going to happen to the Cardinals. I think in the middle of the season.
Thank you, Robot Rob.
Did I go robot?
No, but we heard your vending machine.
Oh, sorry. But the Cardinals, they're gonna. What's gonna happen is they're gonna turn it around and they're gonna look really hot by the middle of the season, and then by the end of the season they're gonna collapse. Because that's what they've been doing the past 3 years.
Yep.
And it seems like that's gonna be the route for them, but I don't know. We'll see.
But they don't even look like hot now, though. Is the thing.
No, I know they're gonna build to it in the middle. It's like a parabola.
We're missing a key point that I totally forgot about with the Cardinals, and one of the reasons their offense might not be as good as it should be. Hopkins is suspended.
Oh yeah,
right? Yeah,
I
for
forgot
6 games. He's not been playing. He will not be back until week 7.
I mean, when he comes back, then you have Hollywood Brown as the 2. That is pretty good then. You know what?
I mean, Kyler's working with what he's got. They got Zach Ertz. I mean, Marquise Brown, like Coach said.
Yeah.
They made the dub work in a game that they should not have had to work that hard for. But
yeah,
the Panthers are just god awful.
They're bad. I don't know what they're doing.
They are the Browns of the NFC.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's why I feel bad. I honestly do because I do like Baker and I think he's a good QB.
Yeah.
But I feel bad because I think it's just a bad team. Like the Panthers are just bad overall. It's badly coached.
Yeah,
I think they have to get rid of
Matt Rule.
Yeah.
It's not working. His college offense isn't translating well. You got to move on. It just happens. There's a lot of coaches where they come into the league and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, Panthers fans probably hate Baker Mayfield at this point, but just hopefully get a new coach and give him one more ride with a better coach. And then
I would like that.
And I know that's rich coming from me, who gave him Trubisky 2 games, but
dude, maybe Sammy D comes back, puts up
Darnold
numbers, dude.
No.
I mean, if that happens though, right? Which it's likely to.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, right? And Baker Mayfield is either on the Panthers or some other team. That means literally it will continue that every year he has a new offensive system to learn.
Yeah.
Every year that he's been in the league. So,
I said he's not close to return from ankle injury though, so he's not gonna be playing soon. But I don't know if Baker's just his arm injuries have added up, or I don't know. I don't know what's going on, or if the team just sucks. It's possible that's it too.
The team just stinks.
Or both.
Yeah. I mean, McCaffrey still did okay. He still had his 81 yards receiving and a touchdown.
Yeah.
So that's still good, but man, they're not
games no one really cared to watch.
The Broncos Raiders, which man, remember? I'm gonna keep saying it. Remember back before week 1. And we couldn't decide who was going to win this division.
Except for me. Except for
me.
Yeah,
except for Sinvicta.
Yeah.
But
fair.
Yeah.
Derek
Carr threw for 188 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Josh Jacobs, 144 and 2 touchdowns.
Ooh.
Wow.
He was right on my bench in fantasy, so that was fun.
Yep.
I still would have lost if I put him in, though, so,
Yep. The Davante Adams experience, 101 yards, 9 catches. Pretty good for Davante.
Yep.
And on the other side, Russell Wilson, 237 yards, 2 touchdowns, which, probably one of his better games, to be honest. And he ran for one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this game is boring.
I mean, can we talk about how the Broncos are out of all the teams, I feel like the Broncos are underachieving the most.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, they should have won that at one. They should be like 3-1, but even some of those wins, they don't look good.
Yeah, they don't.
It's not convincing from Russell Wilson.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, and I thought the Broncos defense would be good, but then they're giving up 32 points to the Raiders. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe they'll figure it out at some point, but right now, I don't know.
They did lose. I think it was it Javonte Williams?
Yeah, Javonte Williams.
Right. Yeah.
So Melvin Gordon takes over, dude.
Melvin Gordon, is he? He's on the Raiders.
No, he takes over for the Broncos.
He's on the Broncos.
Yeah,
dude, Rob, you found out finally.
Yeah.
Wow, I had no idea. That's amazing.
Yeah. So he's gonna be the running back going forward. Man, this is. I guess the Raiders got their first win, so congratulations. That's the moral of this game.
I think this is a Chargers-Chiefs division is what we're looking at.
Yeah, I'd say so at this point.
I think it's just the Chiefs division, to be honest.
It's Chiefs, but I could see the Chargers, at least competing with them, but it's still the Chiefs at this point. Yeah. Then we had Packers, Patriots. Why was this so close?
All right. This game was pissing me off, man.
Now, I'll tell you why it's close. Because the Patriots just ran the ball nonstop against our shitty run defense. And Packers were just making mental errors, just dropping passes, fumbling, doing dumb shit. Rodgers threw a pick 6. It was just a weird game, which I was shocked we won this game by the end of it.
You were shocked?
I was zapped.
You almost got zapped.
Yeah.
So is Hoyer injured still?
Yeah.
Yep, he had a concussion. And
Hoyer the Destroyer has been destroyed.
For a fact they are not going to be like, he had a concussion, he's coming back to play at this point.
Yeah.
As it should have been for the entire time.
Yeah, it should have been. But huge news. With Mac Jones' high ankle sprain and Brian Hoyer's concussion, they are expected to sign the one, the only, Garrett Gilbert.
Oh.
GG himself.
That means we got Gilbert and Zappy.
So you remember how you said you were never picking the Lions again, right?
Yeah.
They are playing against Garrett Gilbert.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, are they not going to start Zap? I feel like Zap
They
played
might
well.
still start Zap.
I mean, Zappy is okay. He looked about as scared as anyone I've ever seen in his first ever snap.
Yeah.
They're like, he's just got to compensate. It's first, get the nerves shaken out and get, knock him out of the park. Yeah, he looked like a little boy playing in a man's game, but I will say he did settle in and made the game, interesting. But this was a game that the Packers should not have been struggling so hard with.
Yeah.
They were shooting themselves in the foot quite a bit.
Yeah. This was also, I think, a Bill Belichick defense that just confused Aaron Rodgers a bit. If there's anybody that can actually get in Aaron Rodgers' head, it's going to be Belichick. Because that man's just the evil mastermind.
Was this the game that there was almost there almost was back-to-back delay of games? And
there should have been, yeah.
The refs didn't stop the clock.
Yeah, that's what I was complaining about earlier.
When
because
it ticked over?
Yeah, they had a delay of game, and then the play that they got the touchdown on should have been delay of game. And it wasn't even close because it's supposed to be 3, 2, 1, 0 beat. You get a beat when it hits 0. So a lot of times when it hits 0, it doesn't even go off. So you're okay, you got the beat. But it was beat 1, 2. It went 2 seconds over.
Yeah, they timed it. It was 3 seconds of extra time. But the announcers made a good point. They said they were talking about this, and it's going to get regulated because the referees association is already looking into it. The commentators made a good point. They said it's it's unheard of for getting back-to-back delay of games, and the clock operator probably thought that they had gotten the ball off in time. I know it's not an excuse, but this is what they were saying, and that is kind of true. I mean, as a clock operator, you have one job, is to watch the clock, obviously. But
and he didn't
the referees, between the referees and the clock operators, no one was expecting them to have a back-to-back. They're like, well, surely that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Which, again, is why you should be able to challenge something like that. That's blatantly obvious.
Refs are never going to allow that.
That's so stupid. Like, it's not even like a defensive pass interference where you could be like, oh, it's a judgment call or something. It's like a blatant thing. Like, the clock ticked too far. There it is.
You know what they should do? We live in the modern internet digital age, the age of the future that Epcot told us about.
No way.
What?
We got the flying cars and the light up sneakers.
Yeah.
Now, here's what we should do: democratic ruling on penalties. So if they show it, you can open up your phone, open up an app, or maybe you send a text message saying, yes, that is definitely a pass interference, or that is definitely not a.
That way,
such and such.
When you have a team that's popular like the Packers or whoever, they can just overrule the shitty teams that don't have good fan bases.
It would be perfect.
That sounds like just a horrible idea.
Biggest things though this game, like Romeo Doubs, sleeper pick. He's coming alive, dude. 47 yards and a touchdown. He should have had like 70 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he dropped it, which was another thing because it's like, oh, that's not a catch, but it looked like he caught it. He got 2 feet down, but then he hit the ground and the ball came out. But they're like, you have to make a football move in order to have the catch. But I was like, if you catch the ball and then you reach over the pylon, I guess that's a football move. But like, so if he would have like reached out while holding the ball and then hit the ground and the ball came out, would that have then been a touchdown? I don't know. It's stupid.
I think so. Yeah. But
I just, either way, you got to catch that with the game on the line. But I will say he's like making progress every week. I think he's getting more comfortable. I think Rodgers trusting him more. And then Christian Watson, our other rookie wide receiver, he had like a crazy runaround touchdown. So they're actually utilizing him pretty well with his speed, trying to get him up to game speed. I think by the end of the season, both these guys will probably be pretty solid wide receivers with experience. But I can already see it. They're going to get to the playoffs and they'll drop something big.
Playoffs.
I feel like the thing with Rodgers is he just needs to trust someone, one of the new ones, because I feel like Rodgers, out of all the QBs, is he immediately loses. Like if somebody drops a pass, he just won't go to that person the rest of the fucking game. Like he is improving a bit, I think, as he plays more games with them. I think Doubs is like the clear one he's starting to trust more because he is going to him. He went to him 5 times. Well, 5 catches. He went to him more than that. And then Lazard is his like main go-to, like the Lizard King. But this is people keep being like, oh, his stats are down. Like they're not realizing this is a team. This is a Matt LaFleur system where he has built this team to be like the 49ers. Like that is where he's from. He's Shanahan's friend. Like they coach together. Like you look at our stats, it's Aaron Jones, 110 yards on 16 carries. A.J. Dillon, 17 carries, 73 yards. Like, we just run the ball, and it sets up the play action, and then Rodgers can do whatever he wants. That's it. Yep. And then we play defense, which our defense is actually pretty good, aside from run defense. But they actually made the running stops when they needed to, which was big, because the Patriots, at the end of this game, got the ball back and then proceeded to run 3 straight times and then punt. So you could tell Belichick did not trust Bailey Zappi to make a throw. So either way, this is one of those games where, like, if you lose it, you're like, oh, what a shitty loss. But you win it, and you're like, well, that was a shitty win. But you know what? It's a win, and by week, 10, you forget about it. So it's like just a stat column thing. So,
yeah, must be nice to win.
It is. Then we had the Chiefs, Buccaneers.
Yeah.
This was... I didn't even watch this game, but then I was watching like the NFL Network replay show, and they just started playing this game, and I was like, oh, the Buccaneers fumbled right off the start and gave up a touchdown. It's over. So, yeah.
Tom threw for 385 and 3, and we still lost.
What are you, the
You got
Detroit
Kansas
Lions?
City Chiefs.
Yep.
The Chiefs did the thing. They did the thing. They scored too many points. They don't have to play defense.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, if they played the Lions, they would have lost this game.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I did not. I will admit, after pretty much after the second quarter, I stopped watching this game. It was I mean, the writing was on the wall. The Chiefs were just a better team. They went out there and outplayed the Buccaneers on pretty much every aspect, and not even Tom Brady. Like, imagine having Tom Brady on your team and not being able to win. Like, your it's one of the only positions that we don't have to worry about as our quarterback, and we still lose.
Well,
because our defense is pathetic.
You also ran 6 times for 3 yards.
Yep. It's great.
6 times for 3 yards. That's
yeah.
I mean, they scored 31 points, so like I don't know if that necessarily would even be a bad thing.
I don't know. It's just
you
don't normally see 3 yards of total rushing.
That is crazy.
We just didn't. It was very clear early on, and it was made because of the turnover, and also just the fact that our defense could not get off the field. Like, they were just constantly like, it's I guess with defense. I guess we're on defense again.
The Chiefs were 12 of 17 on 3rd down.
Jesus.
Yeah, the Buccaneers have 0 defense. When I say 0 defense, I mean 0 defense. And this was readily apparent. You know, Todd Bowles, for being such a defensively oriented guy, we struggled on, again, all aspects of the football game, and the Chiefs were just the better team. They're just better. They're just better in every single way. And I don't know if this is going to be the thing that Tom needs to do to motivate everything else, because like he and Mike were carrying it, and I'll stick by it. Like, if we had Mike Evans last week, we would have won that game.
Yeah, probably
easily. He is everything that Tom has right now. And when he is on the field along with Godwin, the Bucs are scary. And when he's not on the field, they're not. But we had both in this game, and our defense made it apparent that it doesn't matter if they're playing if you just can outscore our defense, if you can outscore the offense. I mean, we didn't stop them at all. The Buccaneers defense did not stop them, and it was pathetic. And I don't have much high hopes right now in the Bucs, but I guess that'd be on par for like the last 20 years at this point.
Well, the big news story was that Tom Brady got injured in this game.
Yeah.
That's not the big news story. The big news story is that Tom and Gisele hired divorce lawyers.
Oh.
What? Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yup.
No wonder he came back.
Well, maybe this is the result of him coming back.
Yeah.
Well, it's because she's. I mean, obviously, it's not like I've got Tom on the line. I can just call him, like, hey, what's going on? But, like, publicly, she has said that he needed to spend more time. He's done enough footballing, I think, is what the.
Right.
He has done enough footballing.
He has done
I think
enough
we can all
footballing.
agree on that.
He should retire.
No. This is coming from 2 people who have their quarterback situation for the future locked down for at least a little bit in Aaron Rodgers.
I've only got 3 more years, maybe.
Yeah, that's better than 1 year. All right, let me just have this.
Well, if he gets divorced, he might come back again.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't think he's coming back with the Bucs though.
Yeah. It's he did minor rotator cuff is what they're calling it.
It's not like the Bucs are a bad team. We just need to get our defense. Our defense is just it's just getting knocked down every single play, and it also doesn't help the fact that we're working with a really, really patchworked offensive line. Like, the Buccaneers O-line has just been ravaged by injuries over the offseason and stuff, and between that and losing Kappa to he signed with the Bengals, which, I mean, that was another team that really needed to have a change on the offensive line. I think the Bucs still win the division, but past that, I don't foresee us going much further than that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
There's a funny side note for this game. There was an absolutely ridiculous touchdown by Mahomes. I'll give him credit. It was a beautiful touchdown scramble pass play. It was just Mahomes shit, you know.
Yeah.
But I swear to God, during the play, you can literally hear Chris Collinsworth come in his pants. Like you can just hear it.
Oh.
Like
Now here's a guy who makes me come.
I mean, he literally did. He just showed up.
Yeah.
Oh, we were correct in our prediction. Bear was on for 85% of the show.
Yep.
It's time for the pick'ems, though, right? Right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't even got to the
There
power
we go.
rankings, and I've got to go in like 10 minutes. So
All right, we'll speed
well,
through
the next
this.
game was
This game
boring.
happened. Patrick Mahomes made crazy shit happen. Buccaneers probably going to win the division anyway, and then Tom Brady will do some playoff magic, get to the Super Bowl. Playoffs. Then we had the 49ers Rams, and
I told you guys the Rams cannot beat the 49ers.
I can't believe the coin I flipped landed on the Rams. What a stupid ass coin. The coin was just as bad as me picking shit. I'm never doing it again.
I got to start paying more attention to individual matchups because I keep looking at like these matchups at face value and not realizing that there's a difference when there's like divisional matchups and history and all that kind of shit.
That was actually
Jimmy G's like 7-2 against the Rams.
yeah, 7-1. I think.
7-1.
Like he was doing pretty well. Like he looked like he was the answer that San Francisco was looking for a bit,
Yeah.
but also kind of looked like Jimmy G a lot of times too.
Yeah.
The
Rams
real
got
star was Debo.
Rams got
Dude,
sacked
he's
7
still so good.
times.
Ooh.
Yeah.
7
bad.
times they got sacked this game. That is bad.
Stafford's having a hard year, man.
Yeah.
Like it's starting to feel a lot more like those Detroit days.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I mean,
don't
go on.
trust. I do not. Speaking of not trusting teams like the Lions, I do not trust the Rams anymore.
Yeah, I don't either.
I think that they are way overrated. I think Stafford is also overrated, and I'm not picking him again.
There it is.
you know, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I think the Rams
Debo
are
is
just degressing.
still just as big of a weapon, though, dude. Like he's still
Oh,
so
yeah.
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, with Jimmy G, I think the 49ers are a capable playoff team again, which is crazy. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, but I think they
Well,
are.
they just keep like being just enough, and that's like sometimes that's good enough to get to the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Apparently,
The big stat I just saw is the Rams have been outscored 44-3 in the fourth quarter.
Oy, oy, oy.
Wait,
Yeah.
Isn't Stafford a fourth quarter guru?
Generally. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Rams, what are you doing?
dude. Even in games like this, Cooper Kupp is going for 14 for 122. Like that's fucking crazy to me.
That is crazy. He's insane.
He's unstoppable.
He is a monster.
Yeah, imagine passing him instead of Allen Robinson II, who's on the fantasy team.
Yeah. The other big story: some guy ran on the field and Bobby Wagner tackled him.
Oh right, yeah. He came
Yeah.
with like a pink smoke bomb, right?
Yeah, and then the Mannings were just like, "Show it. We're on the BTV roll. Show it." And then they showed it.
We're on the B-roll.
Yeah, because the guy's probably stuck. Like, I'm not supposed to show this, but the Mannings said to show it, so like I got to do it.
I can't disobey Peyton Manning.
You don't disobey Peyton.
That forehead stares right into your soul.
Dude, I wish the Manning cast just didn't have fucking ads.
Yeah.
Because it's like, come on, it's B-roll. You're right.
Yeah.
I pay a premium to just
They
have
gotta make
exclusively.
money.
Excuse me, it's not the Manning cast. It is Peyton Manning and Chad Powers cast. Thank you.
Right, yeah. Can they just start just doing it on Twitch? Just let me pay $5 a month just to watch Peyton and Eli every week.
I wish it was on
pay
Twitch
$5
instead. That'd be great. Anyway, those were the games of the week, and now we have power rankings.
Thank you, Coach Krendor. We do indeed have power rankings for this week. Here we go. Top 5 in the NFL Power Rankings, NFL.com. Shout out again. Thank you very much to Dan Hansis for being a longtime contributor to the show. We go around the horn, starting with Robert, also known as Alpaca Patrol on the internet.
Mm-hmm. It is, I will say, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep. Fair.
Let's go with the Buffalo Bills.
Yep. Coach.
I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers.
Yep. Apollo.
Eagles.
And Rob for the sweep.
Did we say the Bills?
Sure did.
Then I guess the Vikings?
Fair.
Skip me. I got to take care of some whining dogs.
Coach?
What did I do?
I'm gonna knowing this power rankings for years. It's got to be the Cowboys.
That is absolutely incorrect.
Oh,
Oh, baby.
Fuck, dude. The Chargers?
And it is the San Francisco 49ers.
Wow. Dude, don't rock them up that many
The
spots,
San
man.
Francisco 49ers making it back into the top 5, 1 through 5. The Eagles stayed number 1. The Bills, surprise, surprise, number 2. The Chiefs coming back here from going up to the 3rd spot from the 5th. And the Packers stayed at 4th. And the Niners, Rob, the Niners have moved up into the top 5. Rounding out the top 10, the Bengals at 6th, the Ravens somehow still staying at 7th, the Bucks somehow still staying at 8th, the Vikings staying at 9th, and the Miami Dolphins at the 10th position in the NFL power
Dolphins got
rankings.
shafted.
Now, here we go. The fattest doink of the week. This team has dropped 8 spots.
Ooh.
oh,
They are in the NFC.
oh.
Coach Krendor, this one's for you. Name that team.
I think I know it.
Is it the Commanders?
And it is not Bear since you said you knew it.
I think it's the Los Angeles Rams.
That is absolutely incorrect.
Oh.
It is the Detroit Lions. The Lions have fallen from 16th all the way down to 24th. And I love this write-up by Dan. He says, quote, "You can have all the grit in the world, but if you don't have the defense, none of it matters." Detroit continued to hemorrhage yards on Sunday. I love that term, by the way. Surrendering 555 of them to Geno Smith. And the Seahawks attack that won't be confused with the 2007 Patriots anytime soon. The Lions' combination of high-flying offense and dismal defense is putting this team in the record books. According to NFL media research, Detroit's total of 281 points, 140 scored, 141 allowed, are the most by any team in the first 4 seasons of first 4 games in a season in NFL history. This team deserves recognition for putting 45 points on the board with DeAndre Swift and Amon-Ra St. Brown out with injuries. But if they allow 35.3 points per game, they'll be picking in the top 5 yet again come April. Thank you much, Dan. Now we go on to the thinnest dink. Robert, this one's for you.
Okay.
I have faith, Rob.
Okay.
We had 2 thinnest dinks. Both of these teams have risen 6 spots. You can name one of them. I will give you a hint for one. We've already named them.
Oh, okay.
The other one we have not named, and they went from the 21st to the 15th ranking, Rob. Name one of them.
Let us say the
Yep.
I got to go, Rob.
He said Falcons.
And it is not the Falcons. Apollo, name one of them.
Niners.
It is indeed the San Francisco 49ers who went from the 11th spot to the 5th spot, jumping up 6 places, tying with this other team. Can anyone guess it?
I think
Anyone?
the Raiders.
It is
Bengals.
indeed the Raiders.
Oh,
Going up from the 21st to the 15th spot. The Raiders solidifying their top 15 bid here. Thank you very much, Dan, for that. And finally, we go to the fun one here. I have to go back to Rob for this just because.
Okay.
Robert.
Yes.
You know what, Robert and Apollo?
Okay.
True or false? The New York Football Jets are ranked above the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I think,
You go on.
I think it's probably false.
Rob.
You know what? I'm just gonna say true.
It is indeed true.
Whoa!
Missing the thinnest dink by only one, climbing up 5 spots, going from the 31st spot to the 26th spot, leap vaulting over the Pittsburgh Patriots Steelers, who have fallen now down from 26th to the 27th spot. And speaking of the Patriots are ranked above both of those teams somehow, still being 1 and 3, and last in the division. Dan. But the Patriots are ranked at 25th, New York at 26th, the Pittsburgh Steelers 27th. The Indianapolis Colts almost got the fattest point doink. They've fallen from 23rd to 28th. The Commanders somehow went up 1 spot because the Bears fell 3. The Panthers sitting at the 31st spot. And finally, last but not least, the Houston Texans are still the worst team and NFLfootball.com Bible of the Internet Power Rankings. That's going to do it for all the rankings, and I've got to go, so good luck with Pick'ems.
Well, you just give us your Pick'ems right now.
I haven't even looked at the games, Coach.
I'm going to go... I guess you can just send them in.
I'll do it remotely.
All right, that's fine.
Send it in remote.
Remote.
It's the modern era.
All right, well, Pick'em stats this week also sucked.
I don't know. I thought they were pretty good.
Did pretty well, yeah.
I feel like I'm fucking killing it, dude.
I think Pick'ems just suck in general. This is dumb. Well, I've said it before, but I did flip a coin this week, and it was trash. Never doing it again. Because I was gonna pick the Bengals this game, and the coin said not to, so I had to trust the coin. So. But some fun pick'em stats. Barry World, Bear picks the Cowboys more frequently when they are at home. 70% versus 34%. Bears also 12-9 when they're at home and 7-3 when they're away.
I don't know what to take away from that. I don't think I can take anything away from that. It's just a fun stat.
It is just a fun stat.
I mean, it's basically like you always think the Cowboys are going to win at home.
Yeah.
But you're actually bad at predicting whether they're going to
Crendor breaks his 15-game streak of picking against the Jets, the 5th longest streak of all time.
Wow.
Longest is held by Sinvicta at 29, also the Jets. This is only the 2nd longest active streak, not Jets.
Little Crendor sloth in the Jet is
I like that.
Pretty fantastic.
That is fantastic. Listen, I'm all on the jet train now, or the jet plane.
It's a jet plane.
That's what it is.
This season, everyone has done better picking upsets than games between teams with equal records.
That's kind of crazy.
That is kind of
That's
crazy.
some psycho football for you this year for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Apollo is doing great at both, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, he is just generally crushing it this year. Yeah.
Last time someone locked against the Buccaneers was October 18th, 2020, which ends the 5th longest lock against drought.
That makes sense.
Woo.
Interesting.
And the Randy effect. Here's how everyone's records have changed since Randy started making picks.
Dude, you have tanked.
I have tanked.
As has the Discord, unfortunately.
Yes. Discord's tanked. Apollo's stayed the same. Bear stayed the same. And Rob has fallen a bit.
Yeah,
Sinvicta's gone up.
Sinvicta was emboldened by Randy.
He
was like, I will not allow a coin to
What you guys don't realize is that this week, since Crendor flipped a coin, if you combine Randy and Crendor's record, it's 17-17.
Oh,
you guys
my God.
opposite each other perfectly.
Oh, no.
Well,
Randy has too much power over this show now,
he
dude.
does.
I mean, he is a deity at this point.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
ridiculous.
He's looking really good this year.
I've got faith in Randy. I think he's gonna do well this week. I'm a little worried.
He's 3-0 on fucking locks, man. It's ridiculous.
It's amazing.
All right.
And it's not like he's locking like the for sure team.
He's taking crazy locks.
It is crazy.
Like,
He,
not this week, but before.
Yeah. I mean, he locked the Titans, which, my coin told me to lock the Colts, and it was a bad coin.
Yep.
So, sick, man.
Yeah.
This is your week.
Anyway.
You got this.
Pick'ems.
Pick 'em.
Here we go. Colts, Broncos, Thursday night.
Remember when we thought this game would be good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who to pick. This is
I gotta pick the Broncos here. Yeah, like the Broncos still have a chance to be okay this year, and if they lose this game, they're fucking done. They are like put a fork in them.
I think I don't know if Jonathan Taylor's going to play. Because of that, I'm taking the Broncos.
Who cares? What the hell has he done all year? He's got like 10 fantasy points total all fucking
Does
season.
anyone want to trade for Jonathan Taylor? He's
I
pretty
honestly
good.
think that the Broncos are going to be racing ahead in this game. You know, I think
Yeah.
Russell Wilson is really the glue that sticks them all together. And also, I think they like sugar cubes. Sorry, I'm making horse jokes.
I was
Yeah,
trying
that was
to figure out if you were, but no,
This
okay,
is
I get
the
it,
horse
I get it.
battle.
Yeah, it's a battle.
I really want to pick the Colts, but I don't know if I can. I'll take the Broncos. I hate it though.
I mean, the Broncos have a good D-line, and the Colts possibly have a bad O-line. So
Yeah, but nothing makes sense. The reason I'm doing was because I'm picking based on my gut. I'm not thinking about fucking stats and shit, dude.
yeah,
That's what I
Shit
do,
don't
but it
make-
doesn't work.
Well, you don't have a gallbladder, so there's a problem.
That's
down
true.
there.
Maybe that's where my magic went.
The difference maker.
It actually might be.
That.
They always say that your pick'em luck's harnessed in your gallbladder.
They do. Yeah, I've heard that a lot.
Yeah. Giants Packers in London.
Gotta be Packers.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take the upset.
I am taking the Packers.
Yeah, I want to. But trust me, I was really gunning for this one, but there's no fucking way, especially in London. Like the Packers have to win this.
They literally, if they stop Saquon Barkley,
Daniel
they win.
Jones is injured.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, no, all right, yeah, Packers, yeah.
Lions Patriots.
I'm taking the Lions. Dude.
I'm taking the Lions too.
I know,
I don't know.
that.
Is Zap playing?
I don't know.
Dude, the Pats are like still good enough to be the 35 points against average per game Detroit Lions. Come on, guys. Like, I know this is not the best Patriots team in the world, but they're at home, and this Lions team is a fucking mess.
It's Zap Brannigan, dude.
He did pretty good. He was pretty good against Green Bay.
No, I don't accept this. I am picking the Lions. You and Sinvicta both picked the Patriots way too much. I don't trust it.
Of course, I'm going to pick the Patriots way too much.
I think that the Lions are the glass can. They're going to score 38 points this game, and the Patriots will get like
the Pats are going to score
30.
42.
They're going to get like 31.
The Lions have given up too many points that they're just going to have a good defensive game eventually, and this might be that game.
It's never going to happen. They got kindergartners playing defense.
The Patriots are going to score like 16 points, and the Lions are going to score like 30 this game. You're willing it into existence.
I'm gonna accept
Yep.
peer pressure, and I'm gonna pick the Lions. But
All right.
I actually think the Patriots might win this game.
Then pick the Patriots, you coward. Listen to your gut. Don't
I
show peer
want to
pressure.
have my cake and eat it too. I want to
Okay.
say that I'm picking the Lions.
I mean, I did the same thing with the Colts and Broncos, and I'm still going to flame you for it for this.
Say,
I thought y'all fucking bullied me out of picking the Pats last week, and they almost won.
That's a good
Yeah,
well,
but
almost.
did they?
Doesn't
Oh,
count.
yeah.
I also just kept picturing the Lions with actual kindergartners or like kindergartner brain. They're just like
not
make
hard,
the
is
play.
it?
They go sit down. It's like, okay, here's your ABCs, guys. Everybody take a look. Like A, B, C, D. All right, now what play are we doing? E. All right, sounds good. Chargers, Browns.
Chargers, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Give me the
Chargers.
Chargers.
They lost to the Falcons, man.
Elves, fun
but-
fact: elf type, weak to electric type.
Ooh, there you go.
What?
Extra motivation.
Boy, Nick
It's a new
Chubb.
type in Pokemon.
Nick Chubb is Nick Chubb, but
Nick
the
Chubb.
Chargers, the Herbert looks better. I know his back is still like broken, but he did good.
He's seemed like he's on the
but it is
mend.
the
Yeah.
Chargers.
But
That
it's
is
the
true, it is the
elves.
Chargers. Yeah.
Okay, no, look, you need all the help you can get. So
I
you-
need
you
all the
do
help.
you.
I'm taking the elves.
Dude, every home game they play, those players like imagine Myles Garrett suiting up and he goes out in the midfield and he looks down below him and he sees a fucking elf. It's just a fucking elf, man.
Worse,
Like,
it's a kindergarten elf.
how does he man up at that point, you know?
I do want to point out, so the character's name is Brownie the Elf.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's actually misleading because the character itself is what's known as a brownie, which is its own category of mythical creature. Okay.
And a dessert.
Dude, I think Myles Garrett knows that too. Maybe that's empowering to him because he's familiar with that element of nerd culture.
Can you imagine if they had like an actual brownie as their logo?
Ooh, there we go. I like that a lot more, actually.
I do. I like that.
Yeah.
And you could get motivated for that. Everybody gets brownies at the start and after the game.
I think the brownie, the mythological creature, I'm pretty sure is known for stealing babies. So it's not like a great.
Dude, they put a brownie on the middle of the field and they play against the Chiefs. Andy Reid won't be able to look away from midfield.
That's true.
That's a good point.
These are genius tactics.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm taking Texans Jaguars.
Jags.
Yeah,
I'm taking the Jaguars.
It's a lot easier than it's been before for this matchup, too.
I'm looking at all these next games, too, and I'm like, oh, I know what I'm picking for all of these.
I'm actually going to go ahead and lock the Jags here.
Oh, wow. All right.
Okay.
No, that's a good lock.
I think it's still divisional. It can still be close.
It can still be close, yeah, but I like the Jags this year.
Yeah.
It's divisional, and on top of that, I also think I like the Jags this year. I think they're doing well, and I think they'll do well the rest of the year. But I'm not convinced yet. So I think this is still two bad teams battling it out. So
yeah, sure,
it could go either way for me.
Sure,
yeah,
dude, they really should have won last week too, and that's against one of the best teams in the league right now.
That's true. They just fumbled 4 times.
Yep.
Falcons Buccaneers.
Now there's a lock right there, dude. That's the Bucks.
Yeah, Bucks.
Yeah.
Bucks.
I'm gonna lock the Buccaneers.
You should lock the Buccaneers. I would highly recommend so.
Yeah, I don't think Tom Brady's gonna lose again.
Not at all. No.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Sick. Steelers Bills.
Bills.
I might
want to believe.
Okay. Yeah.
Do it.
No. So like, see, the issue is it's a double loss. I picked the Steelers and then we lose. It sucks, and I lose my pick.
True.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, but it's a much more fun gamble, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm
to go all in on that.
You are winning the pick'ems right now.
You've got like a comfortable enough position to make that gamble, and imagine you won.
It's true.
Yeah.
I believe in Kenny Pickett. I believe in his ability after last
you
game.
have to pick him here. Pick Pickett.
I just don't believe in our defense is the problem.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
don't know if Minka's playing. If Minka isn't playing, there's no way I'm picking the Steelers in a million years. This is
just it's an absurd pick regardless. You got to recognize that. Like,
the
Bills are going to be looking out for like blood right now. They are pissed.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take the Bills. I'll be a coward.
You should pick the Steelers, but you should also definitely pick the Bills.
Yeah.
Did you lock it, Rob?
No, I'm not sure yet.
Then I'm gonna lock it. Fuck you.
All right.
Consideration to locking the fucking Bills.
Well, look, I am totally down to lose my lock if the Steelers win. I will still be over the moon.
There you go.
I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest. I think he's right. I think the Steelers could win this game because the Steelers are a weird team where
they are the kind of team that
play
make
to
this
their
kind of shit
competition.
happen.
They don't usually don't get blown out. Doesn't usually happen.
That's true.
Jets Dolphins.
Ooh, this is dude, trap game, big time.
Trap game.
I'm taking the New York Jets.
He's doing it. I love that.
Let's go.
Yes.
Who's their QB on the Dolphins?
Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh,
Teddy Bridgewater,
Teddy
dude.
is plenty good enough.
Oh yeah, I love Teddy. Love me
But
some
I'm
Teddy.
on the Jets hype train now, dude.
Probably true. You know what? Fuck it. The Jets won last week, and I didn't pick them, so I'll. Wait, no, hold on. I didn't pick them. Yeah, Dolphins.
Yeah, no, I'm also picking the Dolphins.
Dude, Kendo's getting the 1v4.
Hell yeah, dude. Let's go. Jets time.
I mean, look, Stan might actually believe in the Jets still.
Yeah, that's true.
If the Jets, if I have discovered my magical powers and I can pick against the Jets and force them to win, then I need to discover this.
I did that
That's true.
all year 2 years ago, man.
Yeah, and you made the playoffs that year, right?
Yeah.
You may have to
they went like
sacrifice
11-0. They were the worst 11-0 team of all time.
If I have to make that sacrifice,
yeah, dude, exactly.
I will do that.
He'll do it. Bears Vikings.
Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings.
Here's the thing.
Here's
Oh,
the
no.
thing.
Here's the thing.
Oh,
I know
no.
these teams well.
Yeah,
I see
it's
them
true.
numerous times a year. And if there's one thing I know, they have some close-ass games. And the Bears have one of the best pass defenses in the league.
Yeah.
And the Vikings' run defense isn't that good. And the Bears only know how to run. That's why I'm taking the Bears.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm taking the Vikings.
All right.
I'm still taking the Vikings for sure. Yeah.
But this is, to me, this is a classic. Bears are gonna beat them, and then the Vikings will beat them in Soldier Field later.
I mean, I can see it. What's their record at home against the Bears?
Bears.
Home record.
Who knows?
It's yeah.
They're 61-38 at home.
Oh.
Last year, the Vikings won at home against the Bears. They won in Chicago, but then the year before that, the Bears won in Minnesota, and Minnesota won in Chicago. And the year before that, the Bears won in Minnesota.
Oh.
So it's
Is it alternating?
I guess. Well,
Not really.
No, it's not really alternating.
No.
It's
Okay.
it's 2s and 2s. So that means they're gonna win.
Right.
Yeah. So
Could be.
we'll see. Titans,
Dude,
Commanders.
these games are all so easy. The Titans. Like I know that I'm probably gonna go like 8
Yeah,
and 8
this
or
is
some
Titans.
shit. Like this is one of those weeks where it's like all the games are really obvious. So like it's too risky to pick any upsets. So like,
I still can see the Titans blowing this one somehow.
Yeah, honestly, I'm picking the Commanders, and I know it's ridiculous, but hear me out. Like the Titans kind of look bad. Like they have been falling apart every single game, including against the goddamn Colts last week. Like they almost let the shambling corpse of Matt Ryan come back. Carson Wentz has been showing flashes of being like competent, and the Commanders have been competitive. They're at home. Like Derrick Henry's getting back to form. That's the only thing that makes me feel like pretty unstable about this. But I actually think the Commanders are going to win.
here's the problem: is that I think me and you both made this same argument last week against the Cowboys, and then they got fucked by the Cowboys.
Can I just point out that I really liked, you know how like people talk about like flashes of brilliance or flashes of greatness. Bears said for Carson Wentz.
Flashes of competence. It's true though. Like there's times where you're just like, what the fuck are you doing, man? But then other times you're like, oh yeah, you can do this.
Every game he has one godlike throw that's like, how did you even do that? And then he throws like 7 interceptions, and you're like, all right, it's just not worth the fucking cost of admission.
You know
Like,
what? You're right. If the Hog Commanders are gonna win any game, it's probably against the Titans. Titans have had a couple good ones. I'm going Hogs now.
Let's go. Go Hogs. All right, there we go.
I'm still taking the
All right, Seahawks, Saints.
Dude, are the Seahawks okay?
I'm taking the Seahawks, baby.
I kind of think I'm going to go Seahawks here. Yeah. Like, I know they played the Lions last week, but every week they've kind of been showing up.
I mean, look, here's the thing. Even if they played the Lions, they still scored 48 fucking points.
That's a lot of fucking
I've been a
points. Dude.
fan
Yeah, no
of
matter
bad
what.
teams
Yeah.
for years. They don't score 48
thing.
points. now.
48. You're right.
The Lions give up 444 yards a game, but right next to them is the Seahawks, who give up 428 yards a game.
But they're going up against Andy Dalton and the Saints, who are maybe without Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara for a second consecutive week.
Yeah, that's true.
This is I have to pick at least one upset. I will take the Saints.
Wow.
That's the upset. Okay, yeah, I like that.
I think it is the
even-
upset.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picking the Saints because I think the Saints defense can win them the game.
Everyone is super high on the Seahawks right now. There's a lot of
I'm not.
inflation going on. Seahawks
We've been
inflation.
calling Geno season for week 2.
Yeah.
I still think it's the Saints. I think they're at home. I think their defense is still good. I think they'll be fine.
Speaking of trap games,
Oh, hello.
Oh, 49ers, Panthers.
Give me the Panthers, dude.
no way I'm picking the Niners. I'm not.
I still believe this team can win this division. I strongly believe it.
crazy.
Baker's got to figure it out.
Was there a Bear Panthers stat or am I no Cowboys stat? Okay.
Yeah.
It's the Cowboys, yeah.
I'm going 49ers. I don't think they're going to lose.
I am also going to take the 49ers because
I'll take it.
Is Jimmy G?
I'll take it.
I still
You'll
haven't locked. I don't know who to lock yet. Oh, I know who to lock. Never mind.
Eagles, Cardinals.
Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles.
I didn't believe in the Eagles, but now I do.
Look,
the undefeated has to end eventually. Will it be this week?
I thought it was going to
might
be
be.
against the Jags.
I mean, the Cardinals are a team that could beat the Eagles, I think.
It's a bird battle,
They are a
dude.
football team that
Bird
can
battle.
win games. That is true.
Thanks, Coach.
Nah, I'll take the Eagles. This is like the most boring week of pick'ems for me.
I'm
of
not
all
picking
time,
the
I think.
Cardinals till Hopkins is back.
That's a fair point, too. Dude,
Yeah.
I'm so excited for him to come back for my fantasy team. I'm going to be
Yep.
rejuvenated.
Dude, I'm 0-4 in fantasy.
Oh
This
my
is
It's
not
been a
my
tough
year.
year, man. I somehow pulled out a W last week, but it's been tough.
I had my worst week, but I'm still in third, but I'm tied with everyone. But I have the
We've
I
got
have-
like half the league at 2-2 right now.
but I have the most points, so I'm like the highest of the tied. So that's
Yeah.
good. And then I see Sinvicta changed his 1-3 football team to shitty shit ball shit.
Yep.
So, dude, maybe he'll trade Justin Jefferson since
Sounds like he's having a good year too, right? Yeah.
yeah, that'd be good. Sick. Then we have Cowboys Rams.
It ends here, Cowboys fans. I will take the Rams.
Yeah.
Oh,
I will also
jeez.
take the Rams.
Dude, this is very even in my brain.
This
I
is-
don't think it is. I think
It's
that
Super
the
Rush.
Rams are still a good team. They just can't beat the 49ers ever.
Mm.
The Cowboys are still not a good team. They've just been, doing weird ass shit
I
for a
think-
couple
Very
weeks in a row.
fortunate. Yeah.
I think their defense is good.
They
They
beat the
played the
Bengals.
Giants and the Commanders, and we went over this. We said this like earlier. This is not as impressive as everyone's making it out to be.
That's
Uh,
true.
Yeah, you're right,
The
you're
Rams
right.
win.
I do think the Rams need to show up and win a game, and this is probably going to be the game they show up. So I'll take the Rams. And I just don't want to cheer
90%
for the
of bets are on
Cowboys.
the Cowboys right now. That's crazy.
Dang.
Really?
That makes sense, actually.
Well, I mean, I guess it is the kind of game where you can make money, I feel
Yeah.
like, right?
Oh, yeah. Right.
Because the Cowboys could win or cover
Yeah.
the spread. Or
Yeah, I gotta go with the Rams here. That's what my gut's telling me.
Plus, Bear has his Cowboys streak of
Oh,
7
right, yeah, I know.
away. So yeah,
So,
look at that.
Good odds here. Okay,
Good
great.
odds. Bengals Ravens.
I hate the Ravens, but I think the Bengals play bad in primetime Sunday night game. I'll take the Ravens.
The Ravens have been getting so lucky. Like, even more so, it seems like, than usual. It's just like
But
the
they're
football
losing with
gods
the
are
luck.
on their side. At the same time, though, like, you just see like every play just seems to go their way. The
Yeah.
ball continues.
I mean, I would
to bounce
love the
their
Ravens to lose this game, which is more so why I'm taking them. So at least if they win, I get the pick right.
I'm also going to select the Baltimore Ravens.
yeah, I will also take the Ravens. But
Really? I'm going Bengals.
All right.
Bengals are showing up lately.
Yeah, which is why
Dude, Lamar has been playing really well too this year.
Yeah.
On top of the Ravens being lucky, Lamar's been showing up.
wait, are the Bengals? No, the Ravens are at home. Sorry, I was
Yeah,
looking
the
at.
Ravens are at home.
I need to.
Wait, did Rob pick?
Yeah, I picked the Ravens.
Okay. Raiders Chiefs.
Locking the Chiefs.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
oh, this is a trap game.
This
Is what
feels
this
like
is.
a trap
it
game. I
is a
agree.
trap game. I mean, look, the other option is locking the Packers, but I think the Giants might win.
I honestly, if Saquon Barkley plays well, they might.
Yeah.
It all depends. I kind of want to pick the Raiders, but I don't want to pick the Raiders.
I've been
Raiders-
picking so boring that I'm just gonna have to commit to the boring picks this week and pick the Chiefs.
Yeah, I
I feel like I'm gonna have almost the exact same picks as the Discord this week. I can feel that.
I'm
think
taking
we-
Chiefs too because I can't take the Raiders, man.
We almost all had consensus on like every pick on this one.
Yeah,
Which
for real.
that
They
we're
were
probably
just easier
wrong.
games.
Yeah. Well, yeah, either they're easier or we're wrong. Which
Well, I think it's both. I think it's
Yeah.
exactly. This is the kind of week you get baited because all the games are really easy and then nothing makes fucking sense
Yeah.
and everyone's like 7 and 10.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's me every week.
Yeah.
And it's Randy time.
Randy. Oh yeah, we gotta know.
We
what his
gotta
name-
know.
He's gonna lock something and they're gonna win.
Yep.
I'm scared to see who it is. So
God, I
first
hope he
things
locks the
first,
Steelers.
the Broncos,
Okay.
the Giants. Oh God,
Oh baby.
the Patriots,
Okay.
the Elves,
All right.
the
Randy.
Jaguars,
Oh boy.
the Falcons,
Oh no.
Oh man.
the Steelers.
Yes, lock them. Lock
Oh my
them.
God, the Dolphins,
Oh no.
Randy.
The Bears,
Randy.
the Commanders,
Randy, let's go.
the Saints,
Oh my god.
going wild.
49ers, the Cardinals,
Dude.
the Cowboys,
Oh my god.
the Ravens,
Mm-hmm.
and you knew it was
Raiders.
coming. The Raiders.
The Raiders. I knew
Okay,
it was
Randy
coming.
is
All
a
right.
lunatic this week.
I mean, what
Holy
if he
hell.
wins? He just
Please
picked,
lock
half
the Steelers.
upset.
He's about,
Yeah.
he's about to clean up, dude. I can
He's gonna make
feel
me
it.
look like a fool if he locks the Steelers.
Here we
and
go.
I'm here
The
for
lock.
it.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Let me just math it out to make sure it's correct, but I think I know where it is.
No.
Wait, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Okay, it's
12.
not.
Yeah.
It is the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh my god.
He's predicting the end of the undefeateds.
Wow.
Woo.
Wow.
I'm not
You
like
know
for a
what?
second I
think
thought he
he's
picked
right.
the Cowboys. So I was like, what? And I was like, oh, that's the Cardinals. Which is still like, ugh.
Yeah,
Hey.
I mean, I think he's gonna do it. I think
It's a
gonna
big
get right.
upset, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll see.
that-
But that's this week. Thanks everybody for listening, watching. I don't know why you do watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share, watch through the ads, watch numerous ads, go back and watch more ads, and check out the Discord, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.